Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, everybody inside and outside of the gender spectrum, and welcome to the first anniversary of the No Limit Wrestling Show. I am your host, Dylan Murray, and I'm joined as always by Xavi. How you doing, Xavi? And happy anniversary, my friend.
Happy anniversary, my friend. 1 year. Did not think we'd make it to a year, but here we are.
Yeah, we're technically like 50 weeks. Our
Yeah.
anniversary is early June, but I'm not going to be here
Yeah, no,
in
that's
early
true.
June.
That's true.
So, I thought we'd do it a little bit early. Plus, we want to do a live show and we want to do the format of the show that we have um, sooner rather than later. So
hmm
that is what we're doing. This show is a draft episode. It is our second draft on the No Limit Wrestling Show. This time it is the All Joshi Draft, and I should probably mention it's the first time that we're live
hmm
for this show. We've wanted to do a live show as well, but we just haven't really gotten around to it until now.
Yeah,
So,
I kicked around
uh,
this idea, and then I was just like, if we wanted to go live, this is probably the best time.
yeah, and I feel like a draft episode, especially a 1v1 draft, it could use a little bit of a little bit of fan interaction. If anybody wants to talk in the chat is open, and I will be reading comments. Don't abuse that. Don't abuse that. But so today we are doing an all-time Joshi draft to celebrate the first year of No Limit. We've watched a lot of Joshi wrestling on No Limit from all different types of times, and we thought it would be kind of cool to. Is this the right one? Yeah. We
Yeah, it's
thought
a
it would
little
be kind
different,
of cool to do something a little different. Do a little Joshi draft, an all-time Joshi draft. All-time drafts are usually difficult because there's so many wrestlers in history.
but we
So we
narrowed it down.
decided to narrow it down. Correct. So this draft with the twist, as you can see up here, it's right here. You see,
hmm
no former top champions are allowed for selection. This means that no red belt champion of any kind, so none of the All Japan Women's 3WA champions or the World of Stardom champions, uh, basically no top championship in a Japanese promotion is allowed, or no former holder of a top championship in a Japanese promotion is allowed
hmm
for selection. Down here we have a couple of notes for that. This means any top singles championship in Japan. So things like the
So, like,
AEW.
say if even Mako Satomura didn't win a bunch of Joshi titles, she was KOD Openweight champion, so we can't necessarily
Yeah.
take her.
Um exactly. But yeah, so that's a good example. Or I don't know. Sheeta wasn't on my list, but if Sheeta were to only have won the AEW Women's Championship, she could not be, or she could be taken. Um, but I didn't have her on my list. She might have won the ice belt. I'm not
I
100%
don't know. I wasn't thinking about her
Yeah, me
making my
neither.
draft
But
board.
but that's an example. Someone like Riho can't be selected because she won the Super Asia belt. But
Mhm.
if she hadn't won that, she would be allowed to be selected because she has only won belts overseas. This comes up quite frequently for the CMLL belt.
Mhm.
Surprisingly, there's quite a few wrestlers who, uh, or at least a handful of wrestlers who only won the CMLL belt, and
Mhm.
that kind of saved our asses a little bit. Only one top title per promotion. So this means while there are opinions that the Wonder of Stardom Championship is just as important as the World of Stardom Championship, or at least at a similar level. Only the World of Stardom Championship is ineligible. So holders of the Wonder of Stardom are allowed. Holders of the All Pacific are allowed. We went through a couple of companies, like I think JD Star had the Queen of the Ring and
Yeah.
another belt
It
that were
had
both
two
kind of
other belts technically that were like
yeah.
world title label, but like the Queen of the Ring was like born in JD Star, and so we just went with that one.
Yeah, that's the other thing is like you know, we will if one of us have some sort of like issue with like, hey, you shouldn't be able to draft this
Scott said
person.
well, first Doc Spoon said sup, and Scott said congrats on drafting Santana Garrett.
Well, luckily for us, no foreigners are allowed in this draft.
Yeah.
Because if there were, I would
You
definitely be grabbing some
shockingly
lucha wrestlers.
a good amount of foreigners have held like world titles. So like,
Kane, hello. You did exclamation points, so I also did exclamation points. But yeah, so no championship, or nobody's ineligible for their championship belts overseas. It is just Japanese titles, and women's division titles also count. So this basically makes it so that someone like Megumi Kudo, who never really was ever going to win a the top championship of a promotion because she was in the FW women's division. That
Mhm.
doesn't count. Megumi Kudo is not eligible for this draft. Same with the Combat Toyota and whatnot. I want to say there are other promotions that had women's belts that I'm just kind of blanking on right now.
We
But
did use a cage match to verify this
yes,
stuff. So if we need to catch each other or whatever, or verify stuff, we can do that. But
it's
it's not
not.
going to
It's
be
not.
perfect, bud.
Yeah,
It's a great idea, but it's there's some things we have to work through to get here. So the fact that we've got it condensed down to what its final form is incredible.
yeah. We did admittedly come up with this like a week ago. So we're just kind of running with it. You know what I mean? Kane, you are correct. We cannot draft Tessa Blanchard. Uh, I do love my rules. You guys are correct. I am a big fan of my rules. Um, but I think that's enough talk. Unless I am. Oh yeah, that's one last thing. Is that since it's all-time draft, this is implying their peaks or just their like longevity. So I'm not going to. Well, you can't draft her because she won a world title. But someone like Kaori Ito would not be drafted for her
I just
2024
fucking
increments.
knew you were going to say
She would
Karu
be
Ito.
drafted for her 90s
Oh,
output, okay? But that's just an example. That's like an example of somebody who was great at one point and is really bad now. You're taking the example of the wrestler at their peak, or at least,
I
as a
promise
legacy
you.
overall.
I promise you, if we had more people in this draft and none of that mattered, you'd be the only one taking Karu Ito. I promise you.
Well, um, Kuro Ito won a world title, so like I had to explain that to
That's why I
Alex.
said if the rules weren't as they were set, I promise you'd be the only one taking Karu Ito,
Okay,
even if it was
whatever.
Prime.
Whatever. This will start with a coin flip. So
Yep.
these names are just placeholders right now. We are going to do a coin flip on Google.
Yeah.
You know what? You can pick. What do you want? Heads or tails?
I'll take hits.
Okay, I'll take tails.
Hey.
I pick. I want to go first.
Yeah.
Uh, unsurprisingly, I would like to go first. So
That's
that
cool with
means,
me. I ideally did not want to go first, to be honest.
see, I did because and we're gonna get straight into Scott. Don't just. It's not an
Yeah,
obsession. She was
it
just good.
is.
She used to be
Hey,
good. She was
hell of a
really good.
trainer.
Hell of a
High
trainer
hit
as
rate.
well. Hell of a trainer. But yeah, I think we could just kind of like get into it
Yeah.
because, uh, quite frankly,
Who is
it
the
it,
first overall pick, Dylan? The very
it,
first person taken in this very important draft.
it feels elementary. Probably like I have a draft board. This time I want to win. Oh fuck, we didn't even bring up the stipulation.
Oh yeah. Okay, can I do it?
Go ahead, go ahead. That was my bad.
So the stipulation is the loser of this draft, as y'all will be voting for who had the better draft with the rules set in play and all that. The loser, the next time we record a No Limit episode, whether it be with somebody, just us, no matter what the case may be, we'll be doing a full fleshed out review of the Stardom Dreams Come True tournament that has the final of Britt Baker versus Tam Nakano.
Yes. So man, what the fuck,
It's
Scott?
it's it's not a great time.
He called me dumb. That's my bad. That's my bad. And thank
He
you,
said I
buddy.
love you.
Yeah, love you, buddy. But yeah, so the Dream Come True tournament was a tournament from 2018. It was
Hmm.
a cooperation between Stardom and Rise, which I
Yeah.
think is the women's promotion in America, which
Yeah.
included Britt Baker coming over and I think Kylie Ray went over. But the tournament itself only has Britt Baker, Natsuko Tora, Shiki Shibusawa, and Tam Nakano. So we will have to watch all three of the matches from that show, or those shows featuring the tournament matches, including Britt Baker versus Tam Nakano. Obviously, me and Xavi
Don't want
don't
to do
like
that.
Britt Baker. Yeah, don't want to do that. And we will have to do an in-depth review, not just like, oh, this was bad. We have to like dig into it. We have
We
to
have to take
analyze that
notes.
shit.
This is crazy.
Taking notes. Yeah, yeah. Zoe Lucas as well. Kane in the chat said Zoe Lucas as well. Um,
Yeah, he didn't need to say so, Lucas. We didn't need to be
yeah,
reminded of
she
that.
wasn't in the tournament, but yeah, that partnership. Yeah, there was Dust, I think, or
Oh,
Dust.
Dust was real.
Dust
Shouts
was
out.
cool. Um, Dylan and Xavier wanted others to agree to the punishment by doing the show.
Oh yeah.
Um,
So we wanted to have a third person on here so we could pin the punishment on them because we were fully confident if we got a third person, we could just beat them in this draft and they would have to do it. But
yeah, but we gotta be. Well, it's
yeah.
it's the anniversary. We'll go
Yeah.
back to
We'll go
basics,
head
just
up.
the two of us.
We'll go head up.
Yeah. Yeah. Kane's and yeah, people agree. Not a good punishment. Nobody wants to have to watch a 15-minute Britt Baker versus Tam Nakano
Yeah,
match.
it was. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like
This is a
it was 10
terrible
plus. It
idea.
was 10 plus. It
It was
was
a
10
terrible idea.
15. Yeah, and that's why I'm coming out with the big guns. So for my first pick, it feels like an unfair advantage because you feel like she should have won a belt. Kind of like she's kind of like the Bryan Danielson of AEW right now, where it's like, how has he not won
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
top title? And I would say up there with Bryan Danielson as one of the greatest wrestlers to ever live. I'm picking Akira Hokuto. She
What?
she had only won the All Pacific Championship in her tenure in All Japan. She had
That's
never won the Gaia belt, and she had won a CMLL World Championship. But since that is not in
yeah,
Japan,
no.
she is not eligible.
That's
That she
good.
is eligible
I
for.
for some reason it just in my head I was like, she definitely held one of those, right?
You would
Yeah.
think, but
Oh.
you know what it was? The tournament at Big Egg was like
Mhm.
meant to be for the red belt, but she didn't hold it. Like she like refused to. I don't know. Me and Alex talked about this recently, but she is technically was never officially the world champion as far as I am aware. Um, I don't know if Alex is here. If he is, he probably ain't gonna comment. If I'm wrong and Akira Hokuto technically in some record books counts as a world champion, she does not cage match, so sucks and suck. But yeah, that's my first pick. Akira Hokuto, probably the greatest wrestler, especially at her peak. Probably the greatest wrestler to ever live. Um,
Yeah.
Definitely the biggest. The That's why I want number one. I didn't know if you would peep her. You'd notice that she was
Yeah, I
able
didn't
to be
peep
taken.
her. That's one of the, surprisingly, I just kind of assumed and that's on me. That's fine though. That's fine.
Yeah, she was
Um
one of the later debutantes that like post the 5 year rule or the 25 rule. After that, she still didn't get the world title. Um,
uh
so yeah,
what's funny is I'm glad you did that because since I got back to back picks here, the first two people that I want to take also fall into that category
do you want to
of
do back to back picks? It's one on one.
yeah,
Okay,
it's Snake, buddy.
okay.
Yeah, don't change the rules on
Very
me now.
small snake. That's all I'm saying.
Also only holders of the all Pacific belt. I had to double check that and I couldn't believe it. So my first pick I will be taking is Jumbo Hori. I'll
Damn,
be taking Jumbo Hori
that
first.
that is a wild pick. It's a good one though. That's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. And then for my second pick, I will be taking Toshio Yamada, baby.
You motherfucker.
That's
That
what's
was
up.
my number one. That was my number three. I didn't know if I would be able to
Hey,
get her,
I
but
just want to
yeah.
say those two were my top picks, and I got them both. That's all that matters. Okay. One of these people does not need to be on this list. I'm not taking her. Okay.
uh, when I drafted Akira Hokuto, Scott said this was a hell of a victory for me. I agree.
Yeah,
Pedro
you're a
Pedro in the
big,
chat, shouts out.
yeah, big Sasaki family guy.
Yeah, I mean we're lucky there's a Family Guy. But okay, so this isn't like
Mm-hmm.
Toshio Yamada, great pick. Jumbo Hori, underrated pick for a first round pick. I was not expecting it. Underrated pick. Jumbo Hori, tremendous. I'm gonna go to the past a bit more a little bit later, but
Yeah.
for now, I'm going to the very very recent history. And by recent history, I mean about 5 years ago. Um, when one wrestler similar to Akira Hokuto had one of the greatest peaks of any wrestler of all time. I'm picking Arisa Hoshiki.
Yeah, I had her on my board. That was good. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
I take her off the board,
again,
but
kind of using the white belts as a jump off point because obviously not a ton of wrestlers were able to get both white belts in either company. So when you kind of look at the lineage of the All Pacific title and the Wonder of Stardom Championship, you can go through that and kind of be like, oh, well, this was a wrestler who's really, really good, but never technically got that red belt, never technically got that top championship. We're gonna move away from just All Japan and
Yeah.
and Stardom very, very quickly. But I think that, Akira Hokuto and Risa Hoshiki, those are my top two. Those are the ones I wanted. Two of the greatest peaks of any wrestlers ever in professional wrestling history. So I'm very, very proud. And my man Scott agrees with me. Look at that. Look at that. Xavi, fight
Uh,
back. That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying. Also, shouts out to Eternal. Happy to have you here.
Scott and I wasn't even in the trenches for that Arisa run. I don't want to hear that bullshit, man. Fuck that.
You don't even know about that.
Yeah, what you know about that? You don't know nothing about that. Anyway, that's tough. I did have to fact check because I looked over the Neo belts on one. Because legitimately the only world title that Etsuko has ever held was the NWA Women's Pacific and Neo title.
Yeah.
Legitimately. And that crushed my soul.
Me.
I hate those belts so much. That and the JWP belt ruined so many things for me.
Oh wait, I go next because it's double. It's double. I forgot that's how that works.
Yeah.
Next up, I think you probably want her, so I think I'm going to take her now. I said we would be straying away from All Japan women's and whatnot. I lied because I'm picking one more. However, nowadays you might know her a little bit better for her tenure in LLPWX because I'm picking the better Inoue, Takako Inoue.
Takako Inoue never won a world title. That's crazy.
Another All Pacific lifer. Yeah, that was pretty much all she was holding.
Surprisingly, I did not have Takako Inoue on my list. Just because I don't think you understand. I have like over 40 people on this draft board, so I got in so deep. So
Yeah. So the only belt that the only world title, quote unquote, that Takako held was the IWA world title, which was like the fourth most important belt in All Japan Women's. So it was called a world title, but it doesn't count because, like I said, it was never the top championship of any Japanese promotion, which is our ruling. The bearded Baron, Waka, not the number one pick. I think it's time to turn off the stream. Little do you know, I don't know if I had 100 picks. In fact, I do know I would not have taken Waka if I had 100 picks on this draft. I'm gonna be real.
I'll tell you what, I could have had 200 picks, and we wouldn't have had enough people for that, and I still wouldn't take Waka.
You're gonna have to get pretty deep down there.
Yeah.
Felipe
no,
saying
that's
his favorite WWE diva, Takako Inoue.
Yes, you shouldn't have stole Jazz's move, man. That's
yeah,
you shouldn't have done.
Only one wrestler's allowed to do a crossface, in my opinion.
That's crazy.
That's not what I meant. Oh no,
that's crazy.
Let's talk about Jazz. Got it right. The better.
But no. Those are strong picks. I can't hate that. But I think back to back here. I like where I'm gonna go. First, let me take. Many of you may know her from her tenure as a Wonder of Stardom champion. I'm taking Yuzuki Aikawa.
Oh, okay, that's real.
And then to follow that up, there's a lot of people. You know what? Could be a little too early, but I really don't care because I like her. And I fact checked it, and she's basically a tag champion lifer. I'm gonna go ahead and take Cutie Suzuki.
That was I'm annoyed about that pick. Yeah, because I was thinking Aikawa, but I was kind of like staying away from her a little bit. Cutie Suzuki, someone who never won a singles belt in her entire career. Very surprisingly, while researching for this, I realized
held the JWP tag belts, which is crazy.
Yeah, I realized there were a few wrestlers who like had straight up like, what wrestler was it? I'm sure I have her on my list. There was one wrestler who just had never won a belt at all. And I was like, how? Crazy. It might have been Mickey Honda, who was a LLPW wrestler. I don't know if I'm going to pick her. She, I kind of gave that one away. But I think it was her that never won a belt at all. And I was like kind of amazed. I'm going to fact check that real quick just to make sure I'm not making a fool of myself. Okay, she won a belt. Somebody didn't win a belt. She won one title in AJW, so never in LPW, which is kind of incredible. Looking at the chat a little bit. Alex very happy with the Jumbo Hori shout. Very,
Yeah,
very happy.
I got you. I got you. Don't
We're not
worry.
going to talk about how I might have gotten the show banned for my comments. Famous Mario commentator, shout out to Yuzuki Aikawa,
Yeah.
and Scott saying you fought back and he knew you would cook. That's what it's all
I
about.
got a vision. I told y'all this. This is the first draft I'm more prepared than Dylan for, because like
Yeah,
Dylan
yeah,
had like 20 something. I have like 48 names like written down just in case.
yeah. I'm a bit more. I was thinking a bit more big picture, but so far we're both pretty much in like the same
But
pocket.
this draft is just turning out what I wanted it to be, because I wanted us to like not do too many of the usual picks we probably would if we did just a standard all-time Joshi draft. Although Dylan's pretty casual, but your casual picks are real, so I can't get mad. Like they're
Yeah, I
like so
mean,
real, I can't get
come
mad.
on.
Like if I had the chance to, I would have taken.
Alex with a hot take, the best Suzuki. I don't even know.
No, that's probably real.
Maybe. I don't know. On her best day, definitely. I would agree. Shino Suzuki's mom, of course.
Yeah,
Also the aunt of Suzu Suzuki, if you did not know.
the
Similarly,
sister of Minoru.
yeah, sister of Minoru. Similarly, better Suzuki. A lot of love for your fourth pick, your fourth round pick. That leaves me with a bit of a struggle here. Because the thing about drafts is that the beauty of it is when you pick like from the same pool, you start to have to kind of like start thinking about it a little bit more.
Yeah.
And you start having to get a little bit deeper. We might move this number up to 15 if we kind of feel
Hey, if the people want it,
if the
I'm not
people
one to
want it, you know what
complain.
I mean?
I
If we
got
feel
the picks.
I might have the picks. I'm not saying I do for
Yeah.
sure, but
No,
I
we'll
might
see
have
how
the
we're
picks.
feeling later. That's fine.
But it becomes a bit difficult because there are wrestlers that you want to take,
Yeah.
but you don't know when you should be taking them.
Yeah, that's the hard part. Because there's so many times I've tried to jump the gun and I just like, no, you're doing too much.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go a little. I haven't taken anybody from the darker ages, from the
Yeah.
2000s. So I'm going to make that first pick right now. This is kind of still a normie answer, and I apologize. However, Scott, this is the second draft for No Limit,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
Um,
Second.
for my fourth pick, I'm going to take the OG of high speed. I'm taking Natsuki Taya.
That's a great pick. That is a fantastic pick. I
That one
yeah.
I have to shout out my homie widescreen because he was like easily a top. He told me like easily a top two wrestlers to never win a world title is Natsuki Taya. I was like, oh yeah, shit. She just never, you know, never
Yeah,
won.
can't be mad at that. You're right.
Yeah, so that's a pick, from the dark ages, so to speak. But I think I'm gonna go a little old school.
Go ahead, man. I'm all for it.
Uh, so the thing about world championships. Well, first. I'm looking at man Scott. Shut up. Um, but some comments in the chat, all saying, Tayo, great pick. I agree. It's just true. But I want to go back. The thing about world championships, and we talked about this on Stardom Quest very recently, me and Alex, is that many of the best heels in
Mm-hmm.
wrestling history
I know where you're going, but go ahead.
never won a world championship. Some of them have never even won the secondary championship. And one such person, I'm fact checking myself again, but one such person is the queen of villains. It's Dump Matsumoto.
Mm-hmm.
I'm clapping for myself.
That's not Dark Age. She's still wrestling.
No, I didn't say Dark Ages. I said I'm going back. I'm
Oh,
going
okay.
all the way
Yeah,
back.
that's not
All the way back.
That's a Stardom
Dump
legend,
Matsumoto.
buddy. I just want you to know.
Yeah, with her comes all of Zap's
Yeah, you can have
Apparently,
all of them.
apparently
That's
they're
fine.
homies now. I don't know. Not
Yeah,
not
you
the
can have
wrestling.
them all,
They're not
buddy.
wrestling. They're just
No,
gonna
no, no, no.
second
You
her
can
and
have
look
them all.
cool.
No,
No,
they can wrestle.
they're
That's
just gonna
fine.
second her. You know what I mean?
No, you can have them all.
I knew I would get Alex with that one. I knew I'd get Alex with that one.
Yeah, that's
Because you
good.
know what
That's
it's
good.
all about.
Dang, that's rough. That's a good pick. Let me get somebody with one of the absolute rawest power bombs of all time. Let me get
Oh,
Suzuka Manami.
that's real.
Yeah.
That's real, man. That she was high up on my list. Uh, she would have fallen maybe only two more. Only two more. After Dump and this other person I have
Um,
picked out.
I'm gonna take somebody. This is like way early for this person. There's definitely probably other people I could have taken. But only the real know about this. Actually, I'm gonna pocket her just because I know you're not gonna take her. And let me get the real. Let me get Candy Okutsu.
Mm,
Let me get the real.
I'm gonna pretend I'm not upset about that. One of the highlights of that early era of Arjion, man.
Yeah,
Um,
absolute
Truly,
beast.
if you've listened slash watched previous episodes of the No Limit Wrestling show, you will know that Candy Okusu, big No Limit approved wrestler from that Rs tournament she won in 98,
Mm-hmm.
97, 98. You know, Candy Okusu, great pick. She was also in my upper echelon of my pool that I have set up here. Um, Damn, it's my pick. It's my pick again.
Yeah,
I think we probably should move it up to 15 because I want to start
go
struggling.
ahead. Go
I want
ahead.
to start struggling by
Go
the end.
ahead, buddy.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
gonna
we're,
struggle.
you
I'm
know.
good. I'm good. Come on.
So I'm gonna add. What is that, 3? Yeah, it's 3.
Because we still have like a wide pool of like modern wrestlers we could also look to.
Yes. So apologies. You want to read some of the comments? I don't know if you could see them from where you are.
I can. Not much has really gone on since then. I will read the ones to Scott because it popped me. It said Dylan is finally having his draft. It kind of funny with your rules that with your rules that Hokuto can be drafted, but Dylan's favorite wrestler, Haruka Masaki, can't.
That's
Which
true.
is very
That
true.
is technically true. She's not my favorite wrestler, but
No, she definitely is.
no, that is like she's not. But you know, she can't be drafted. Yeah, she's a Diana champion.
When
Um,
everybody's voting, I just want everybody to take into consideration that Dylan compared Haruka Masaki to Natsupoi and
okay,
Shane
we don't
Gun.
got to talk about that. That's not
Okay,
what I
that's what happened.
contextually. This is the comment that Xavier's talking
See,
about.
there it is.
Contextually, that's not true.
That's
Also,
what you said.
Eternal shouts out to Saori versus Natsuko, the last match that Seedling has left after
Yeah,
after Arisa calls it a day. Um, Looking over to my draft, looking over to my 6th round pick. Um, these are going a bit quicker than I was expecting. I feel
helps
like
being prepared.
I am prepared. Don't.
No, I'm saying that's why it's going
Yeah.
fast because we're prepared.
Oh, if I wasn't, I would be sitting here for 20 minutes trying to remember who hasn't won
Yeah,
a
me
belt and
too,
who
bud.
has. Um, I'm gonna pick another wrestler who has never won. I'm gonna come back to the present, to the current. I'm actually going to do what Kane asked for a little bit earlier. I'm gonna go to the
Taking
present.
Santana Garrett, nice. Oh,
Kane said Tessa Blanchard. I'm definitely
oh
not
okay.
taking her. Um, but I'm going to the present, going to someone who has never won either of the top titles in her promotion. I am taking uh, probably the best like work rate wrestler in the modern era of Stardom, of the past God knows how long, since her tag team partner actually retired, and now she's teaming with the other best like you know, she's just great. Consistent as hell. I'm picking Hazuki. Um, I think she's gonna go
That yeah,
down.
Hazuki was on my board. Yeah.
I think she's gonna go down as especially if she never
She's
wins
gonna be
that
the
white belt.
she's gonna be the best wrestler to never hold a world title because even if she gets the white belt, there's no way she's winning the
Yeah,
blue belt.
that's the
So
thing, is that it's like she's gonna go down as one of the is probably, you know, long term, if we're looking 20 years from now, how wrestling changes, we could be looking at one of the most underrated wrestlers of all time with Hazuki. Because right now people love her, but I wonder how much people will know about her if she doesn't get that world title, if she doesn't get that white belt, if she's
That's
just
fair.
like this insane challenger who's consistently great tag wrestler. She has some of the best matches in Stardom of the past 6 years. You know what I mean? Like she's just so good. And also, like I said, has never won either the white or the red belt. Um, so I'm happy with that pick personally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the crowd also goes a little wild, and by the crowd I mean Eternal. Uh, he says we're hooping. And I appreciate that. And you're so right for that. Next up, I'm gonna go into my pool. I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper because I'm looking at some of my top picks that I don't think I want to take yet. Oh, Cutie Suzuki, you took that's on mine. Yeah, take her off. Um, I'm gonna match your vibe a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because on that Ars show, if you remember the Arjan show that we talked about near the beginning of
Oh,
No
I almost
Limit, it
got
was
scared.
episode 2. Um, uh,
I got a few No Limit classics in here, so I was scared.
yeah, if you remember the Arjan show from earlier, from the second episode, I believe it was, there were a couple of wrestlers who really stood out to us. A couple of them ended up winning championships. A couple of them were, foreigners, so we can't pick them. One is the OG. We know her as number 6 in Arjan, Yumi Fukawa.
I knew you were gonna go Fukawa, so I didn't even write her down. I was like, he's gonna take Yumi Fukawa at some point.
She was just so real, and she has a
Uh-huh.
kid, really good wrestler, has a husband, really good wrestler, but her,
Uh,
she was a different animal, man.
I want to go to one of our recent shows with my next pick, so it's cool.
But yeah, I feel like Yumi Fukawa, definitely one of those wrestlers from, not even the dark ages, because she ended up retired. Like she was around for the 90s, but she was just not positioned super well. She only held one bow as the Japanese tag championships with Rie Tamada, who will not be getting picked on this
Yeah,
draft.
no.
Um, but you know what I mean? Like she just wasn't really popping off, wasn't very she didn't rack up many accolades, but she was so good, such a great technician, such a great undercarder. Um, she was a delight to watch. So yeah, I'm very happy with her as my 7th pick.
Uh, that's
You
good
oh
pick.
one note. Pedro says I hear Dylan is picking Mari. This is a rumor. I
Oh,
cannot
that's well,
because she
no.
won
Oh
the
wait,
Actress
yeah.
Girls Points Championship, which technically counts. We
It's
talked
not
about
a
it.
wrestling world title, but I asked Dylan, did he want to count it? He said, yeah.
We like I
Well,
could.
also because if we can't just separate it from the other Actress Girls title, which like Takase and other people held. So like
Yeah,
it would have been really weird to try to work that out. So
yeah, and like I think of the modern day wrestlers, Shizuki and Alano and Mari, those three especially, of the performer era of Actress Girls, um, I think those three would maybe make it like near the lower tier of the list, but yeah, we decided we can't really, you know, that's okay, Pedro, that's okay. You don't need.
uh I didn't even read through them. That's fair. Uh so I'm gonna take another No Limit special. So recently we talked about the Gaia Double Destiny show, and in particular, I'm just gonna
Wait a minute.
fact check. In particular, after watching this show, I
I know
said that
exactly what you're saying.
one of these wrestlers was probably the greatest of all time after watching her, and that is the GOAT Sugar Sato.
Man, she was on my. That's such
Yeah,
a that's such a deep cut. That's the
yeah,
thing is that I was like, do I want to win or do I want to be real? Sugar
yeah.
Sato, she was on my list, but
Yeah.
she was a
What you
bit
know about
closer
former
to the bottom.
WCW World's Women's Cruiserweight Champion, bud?
Huge pop from Eternal.
Yeah,
Big, big, big Sugar Sato fan. I am as well. I think Sugar Sato,
yeah.
uh,
This
really.
one, this
It's a
next
shame.
pick.
Let's talk about Sugar Sato a little bit. Let's
Okay,
let's
that's fine.
let's take
That's
our
fine.
time a little bit.
I'm
You know what I mean?
excited, man.
Um, Sugar Sato, so good. As was Nagashima, as is Nagashima.
Yeah, but
But
she
she
won
won
world
the.
titles, so
She just won. I think. Did she ever win the Oz belt?
I
Oh,
think she won the 3AW before.
she did win 3AW in 2002. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, she's won some world titles, unfortunately. Um, Yeah, there are a lot of wrestlers like that where it's like another callback to No Limit before you get into the next one.
Yeah,
Yabushita. I was like, I'm sure she's won in JD Star, but like maybe. And I just checked, she won like every championship in JD Star like 3 times,
that's real.
including like all of the top ones. So it's like
That's real.
but yeah, Eternal
Um,
continuing his praise.
the
Six
next,
back fists in a row. That's what it's all
yeah,
about.
that's the real. This next one's probably only gonna pop me and Alex, but I am taking technically a Dark Age wrestler, but not really. I mean, she retired in like 2016, but she started in '06. I mean, depending where you want. And that is tag champion lifer Sendai Sachiko.
That is real.
Yeah,
It's Sachiko like that, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. Sendai Sachiko, also a wrestler I've seen only a few times.
so
Wait,
real.
am I thinking of someone else? Was she the one with the do rag?
No,
Who am I thinking?
Sendai Sachiko's dash is. You're thinking about I know who you're thinking about, but she was in the Wave Show. I can't remember her name.
Okay, yeah, I know who Sendai Sachiko is, but oh man, I'm gonna be bothered that I do not remember who homegirl with the do rag
Do
was.
rag.
Yeah, King of Trios legend Sendai Sachiko.
Yeah, that's the
Uh,
real man. I don't know what you want us to do.
yeah,
Jumanji forever, baby.
people are liking this. People are liking this pick. This is this is such a even. I'll say it. I feel like this is a pretty evenly matched draft.
Yeah,
I'm having a good
you
time.
got some
I'm feeling
hitters.
it.
You got some
I'm happy
hitters.
with who I'm getting. I'm happy with who you're getting. I'm happy that we're kind of jumping around a little bit.
Do rag girls, JDP, maybe.
Uh, I'm gonna be a no.
She was
Oh,
in Wave, so I don't know.
yeah, we watched her on the
Kurihara
Kurihara
show.
show. Yeah, Kurihara, by the way, technically has won a world championship,
Yeah,
but
she was
she
Regina the Wave champ.
was she? I thought she
Oh
held
wait, no, no,
the
no, no, no.
JD
She
Star
held
belt.
yeah.
But she won it the day that the company closed. So technically, it's
Barely
like it's like
missing.
a mess, yeah. Where it's like she held it for like 90 days or something like that, after the company closed. But she technically never really had the belt, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Um,
I know what you're trying to say.
and we agree that we hope that Sachiko's having a great day. Um, next up, round 8. Uh, once we get to like round 10, we're gonna go through what we
Yeah,
have each, and then we'll kind of
I got some
dive deep
heavy
into it.
hitters that you're probably not ready for toward the end of this draft.
Um, I'm struggling. I like to diversify a little bit. I like to have a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit of
what I'm
people
trying to do.
from different eras. Um, I think, and I say that, but I'm gonna pick from just before the interpromotional era popped off. This is me and Alex. This is VTG driven.
Hmm.
Because I found out while doing the stuff for VTG back in the day that Bison Kimura is one of the greatest, most underrated wrestlers of her day. And I think that she all Pacific champion again, someone who didn't really get to leave that era or that area. Um, Alex is question marking me, so that's good. Uh, okay, I was gonna say like what's wrong with Bison? Like Bison's sick, bro. Um, yeah, Bison
Alex was
Kimura.
like, "Don't you drag me into this."
But Bison Camaro, one of the best. In I believe it was 91. In 1991, she was like one of the top like 3 wrestlers of the year. In all Japan Women's, which you don't really hear about because obviously that was like Aja's rise to prominence.
Hmm.
And they were tag teams, so like obviously people remember Aja more than they remember Bison. But Bison was really just like on a different level around that time. She was having performances where sometimes she would actively outshine Aja. Obviously, this wasn't Aja at like her peak of power, but like she was actively like really showing up and just being one of the best tag wrestlers, one of the best singles wrestlers, just all around. A really great performer who never ended up getting the world title. She did come back briefly in the 2000s, not briefly. I think she came back for a while. Uh, I apologize. Sometimes this is bad audio. I just like to double check things
Yeah.
sometimes. Yeah, she never won a belt upon her return in '94. So she returned in '94, wrestled with JD Star until '97. Still never won a belt over there. The last belt she held was the All Pacific Championship. Alex has changed his thoughts from a question mark to beast, and I agree.
No, that's fair.
But that leads me to my next pick. I think that the beauty of an all-time draft is that you can combine different eras of wrestlers, right? When you look at like a list of wrestlers,
Here
obviously
he
right now,
goes, man. All right, yeah, go ahead.
obviously we're looking at it right now, we both have a bit of a uh, uh, smorgasbord, if you will. Don't really. It sounds like a Taz word. A bit of a smorgasbord, both of us. But I think I'm going to take it a little bit further back because I think that theoretically, even though this isn't like promotions, it's more just teams, just like drafts. I think that the beauty of all time drafts is that you can bring together the greatest version of something
Mm-hmm.
and its originator. Because before the Atrocious Alliance, there was the Devil Army. And before the Devil Army, there was the Black Army. And before the Black Army, there was the Black Pair. And that is Yumi Ikeshita, the best wrestler of the 1970s in All Japan Women's.
That's the advantage you have over me is because there's some areas in the older days of Joshi's that I'm still blind on, but you've like very recently dove into.
Yeah.
So,
It's a shame
um,
because like personally, I think Jackie Sato is
mhm.
like the of that era. I adore Jackie Sato, but she's one, obviously not eligible for this draft. But Yumi Ikeshita, her number one rival during that time, great tag wrestler, great, just like the originator of that heel stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Of the Atrocious Alliance
yeah,
type of vibe. I knew I'd get Alex with that one. I knew I'd get Alex with that one too. We're here to pop Alex at this point.
yeah.
Uh,
Next pick's a little sensitive. Um,
mm,
I usually try to steer from not drafting her, but when I draft rosters, I'm like, and especially one like this where it's like all time. So I'm thinking about possible matchups and stuff like that. And like I usually don't want to draft her for bias reasons, but um just because I watched her challenge for a certain belt, a certain red belt recently, on a rewatch. Uh,
mm.
Let me get Hana, man. Let me get Hana
Yeah.
Kimura.
Th-
One of the
I
greatest wrestlers to never win the world title.
I was feeling the same way. I was like,
Yeah,
she, because the thing is that it is a bit difficult
yeah,
to pick Hana,
yeah,
'cause- but like just objectively,
yeah.
like
How
there's
do you just
nobody like her. You know what I mean? Like there's
so
nobody like,
good, so
yeah,
good?
and it's such a young age too. Like
Yeah,
she's got it, and like yeah, she was someone I was like I want to draft. I don't know if I will. She was
yeah.
on my board as like a maybe, but
Um, the
yeah,
next
shout
one,
out to Hana.
the next one's I don't even know. I mean, you may have saw this one come, but never won a world title. I had to double check. Won a lot of lightweight belts, but never a world title, and that is Chaparita Sorry, baby.
I did have her. She was actually on like the next wrestler on my
Yeah,
list
buddy.
in order. Um, because yeah, tremendous wrestler. Never got out of that lightweight area. You know, what I mean, she kind of got typecasted into that and never really
Hmm.
got to escape it.
Hey, at least
Um,
she was Sky High Archeon champion. That's
yeah,
real.
she did grab the sky high belt. She didn't stick to just the super light heavyweight in All Japan Women's. She went around and she won the junior belts around. But great pick. Like I said, she was on my board. A lot of love in the chat for the Hana pick.
Hmm.
Which I agree with. I agree with RIP Hana, of course. Um, Next pick. Now it's starting to get a little bit, you know how
Buddy,
it
I
is.
just want you to know I haven't even
Um,
exhausted everything I got.
no, neither have I. I haven't even gone into my pool.
Yeah,
Because
there's still
I
a lot
said
of current people too that we haven't just reached out to.
that's what I'm kind of looking at is like, do I want to pick a current wrestler, um, or do I want to pick a little bit of an older one? What am I kind of
Yeah,
looking at
there's a
right
lot of
now?
options, man.
Um, I think I just realized I wrote the same name twice in my pool, which means I really like her. This Oh wait. Why haven't I'm just gonna pick Momo. Why haven't I
Yeah,
picked Momo yet?
I was waiting on you to do it. That's why I didn't do it. I was like, oh, Dylan's gonna pick Momo here shortly, so like,
Yeah,
you go ahead and
I think I forgot. Like, cause I'm looking at my thing, and I just like read it. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't pick her. Like, she was my number 8, like my number 8 overall pick that I wanted. Um, and yeah, so that's the Momo, especially peak era Momo back in the day.
Mhm.
Uh, it's just few better. We talk about peaks, right? And
One of the
we're
best
gonna
peaks
pause.
ever.
We're gonna pause real quick to go through the individual draft boards. Um, yeah, speaking of a heel who never wins anything, you're fucking right. Yeah. Um, Jesus, don't get me started. Um, but yeah, like Momo Watanabe, one of the
No,
best
that's
peaks,
fair.
along with the Arisas and the Hokutos, one of the best peaks. And then even after her arguable peak was over, and she was starting to get her ass beat like constantly and never won anything, she still had that 5-star run. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That 2021 5-star run, that last hurrah for her, really, as a non-heel, outside of her more sticky type of gimmick. That last hurrah in that 2021 5-star with the match against Mayu, the match against Shuri, obviously. And she had quite a few great matches in that run. So just looking at her as an all-time pick, I hope that she can get back to that place sooner rather than
Yeah,
later.
buddy, keep dreaming.
Maybe not that place as in like like, oh, her being a babyface, or oh, her being as good as what she once was, but just as someone who like feels like one of the best of her generation. um but as an overall pick, I think
That's
all
it's a great
time,
pick. It's a great pick.
it's a good pick. But since we have just closed out the 10th round, I'm going to read out the first 10 picks of each of our groups, and then we have 5 more each to
Hmm.
run through. Looking at it, I should be pretty set. Like, I don't think I have anything to worry about.
Yeah, me
Um,
too. I'm good.
and I'm kind of happy about that. This is it's not as aggressive of a draft as usual, which is very funny
Yeah.
because this is the one draft with stakes that neither of us want to lose. uh, but yeah, so I'm gonna run through my list. My group so far is Akira Hokuto, Arisa Hoshiki, Takako Inoue, Natsuki Tayo, Dump Matsumoto, Hazuki, Yumi Fukawa, Bison Kimura, Yumi Ikeshita, and Momo Watanabe. Your group, do you want to read it off or shall I?
Oh, you can read it off. It's fine.
Xavier's group is Jumbo Hori, Toshio Yamada, Yuzuki Aikawa, Kyuta Suzuki, Suzuki Minami, Candy Okutsu, Sugar Sato, Sendai Sachiko, Hana Kimura, and Shabarita Asari.
Those
Um,
A's were kicking your ass, buddy.
man, it's a hard, yeah, Yamada, Yuzuki, Aikawa. It's hard to read. And then you got to Sugar Sato, Sendai Sato. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, man? That was designed to fuck me up. Um, but yeah, I'm happy with our roster so far. I get
Yeah.
another pick, then it gets
Yeah.
over to you.
I'm glad you took Momo because I think I can do what I want to do now. Yeah. I think it's time.
Yeah. Um, what do you mean by that?
So, yeah, you'll see, bud. You'll see. It'll be fine.
I don't like that. Um, I'm gonna go with an all-timer. A very underrated wrestler as well. I want to check back. I know she was around for a very long time, but I want to say she didn't win any championships in. Oh fuck!
Ha!
Fucking Oz Academy, man! I'm sick of this shit.
Who was it? Who was
It
it?
was fucking Kaoru.
Ah,
Because I was like, wait a minute, like, oh man, that pisses me off. Because yeah, she had one Oz Academy run in
I did
2010,
know that. I did
so
know that.
that pick is dead. I need to think a little bit harder now, because that I'm blacking that out real quick. Um, I'm going to go. You know what? It's a draft. I'm in it. Let's get Momo Oz together, man. Let's get Momo Oz.
You know
Young
what's
legend.
funny? You know
Young
what's
legend.
funny? You know what's funny? I was going to take Azumi if you didn't take her just to piss you
That's
off.
why, like, when you said
I
that,
was going to.
I was looking at
She
Azumi
wasn't
on
going
my
to be
draft
who I
board.
was. That's not who I meant, but I was taking her after. So you're lucky. You narrowly
Man,
escaped, bud.
yeah, no,
I'll tell you
when you
that.
said that, I
I
didn't
was ready.
necessarily think you meant her, but I was like, wait a minute, he might,
I
and I
thought
need to
of
be
okay,
proactive
not
about this.
not the first pick, but the second one. I was like, you know what? So, that would have been fun. Anyway, since you took some
Hey,
Stardom
hey, hey,
wrestlers,
hey! Wait a second.
nice AEW, exactly
The
right.
fuck did you say to me?
Um, since you picked some Stardom wrestlers, I guess that can open up the floodgates for me a little bit. Let me just double check. I'm like certainly positive that she did not hold the white, or not the white belt, the red belt. But I just want to be sure. Just be sure. Okay, I am correct. Let me get Yoko Bito.
She was on my list. She was on my list.
Um,
I was thinking about picking her, but I was also like, I don't want to pick Yoko Bito before I get Izumi because I just don't
yeah,
trust you.
no, that's smart. Um, why not? Hey, I got Yuzupon. Let me go ahead and get Fuka too. Why
Dude,
not? Yeah, let me go
you
ahead
just
and
took
get Fuka too.
you just took two in a row that were like not next up, but yeah, she was there. Um, Fuka, one you or two? That's up to you.
I won you. That's fine.
She sometimes she had the two U's.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in it. It's like Taz and Taz. Um,
It's like Taz and Taz.
yeah, looking at the chat a little bit. Spoon, yes, it was a plot twist. I thought I was about to get my homegirl Kaoru, and I did not. And Alex agrees that kind of
Yeah,
sucked because
that was
Oz
a great pick.
Academy
Oz
isn't
is,
real.
yeah. Well, some people don't agree.
Yeah. If it isn't, that means I could probably pick Ozaki, right?
I can pick
No.
Akino probably.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Well,
check.
but Oz is real. Oz
Yeah,
is real.
unfortunately.
Um, Shut up, Eternal.
Number one collider.
Uh,
That's real.
Momoa's goats, I agree. And yeah, great wrestlers and commentary team. Yeah, for Fuka. You also have Aikawa as a
Yeah,
great commentary team. You just so marigolded up right now. They're just
yeah,
like, I
it's
need to get
real.
the commentators, man. Um, Next up, I get two. Um, it's gonna get a little bit deep, a little bit deep.
I think you'll be safe with my next picks. I don't think you'll take whoever I'm. So
I'm gonna I'm gonna take two great tag team wrestlers from different tag teams,
okay.
from the '80s. Um,
Okay. Cool.
One
Cool.
of them more famous than the other. One of them is like just a personal thing, like a personal favorite of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I am going to pick uh, Itsuki Yamazaka or Yamazaki of the Jumping Bomb Angels.
Wait. Because I'm pretty sure, because I had Itsuki Yamazaki on my board, and then I saw something. I want to see what Itsuki
Oh
Yamazaki was AJW champ.
no, that doesn't count. AJW champion is not the top championship. That is their undercard belt.
What?
Oh fuck! Did you not know that?
No, that's fucked up, man. All right, whatever. I got robbed
Yeah,
anyway.
the AJW belt was like their it was their Japanese belt. So like the
Well,
Japanese tag
cage
belts.
match should specify. I got fucked over anyway.
Do you know the Japanese tag team titles? How they're like
Yeah, I know the Japanese tag titles. Yeah.
the All Japan, the AJW belt is their sister belt. So like they're like,
That's. I
yeah,
got screwed. Anyway, continue.
yeah.
That's
I'm
cool.
sorry.
That's all right.
Uh,
That's fine.
your whole draft would have been different because there were a lot of like AJW champions. Um, yeah, and then next one, oh, we do not have that many left. Do I want to take her then? I want to take her. I'm gonna go with one of the original goblins, one of the original like fast-paced heel, uh not in the 80s, more in the 90s by the time she
Mm-hmm.
became a heel. I'm gonna take Karo's tag team partner in the Honey Wings. I'm gonna take Mika Takahashi.
That's a good pick. Good pick.
Tremendous wrestler. She really, if she had just been around for a couple more years on either end, if she started a bit earlier or ended a bit later, I really think people would have a real, appreciation for her that is not there right now because she was so tremendous.
My next two are deep cuts, so
She
that's
eventually
cool.
started tagging with Aja and Bison in Jungle Jack. So like that was kind of her last bit of notoriety, and she was great in that role.
Mm-hmm.
So love Mika. Alex also loves Mika.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, me and Alex have been through like all of this together at one point, like all of the old stuff. So like we're like we have
Mm-hmm.
that kind of in sync. And Scott brings up a good point. If Dylan didn't draft Azumi, is it really a Joshi draft?
That's true. That's true. So I'm gonna go deep cut picks that I know you didn't have on your board, but I would like to draft them, so I'm going to.
Okay.
First up, let me get the young goat trained by Okuda Hidaka. Let me get Yuhi.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one. I did
And then
not
the
have
other
her.
one, I can't draft her partner, but I can draft her. Let me get Ray, aka Lynn Byron.
Okay. Wait, no.
She
You
was
can't. You can't. You can't.
no, she was WNC champ. However, we said that you didn't really care about that. So
Ooh, wait. Ooh, wait. No.
yeah,
Hold on. Because I
yeah,
almost put her on. I'm challenging this real quick. I apologize. She. Oh, damn. Damn. I did.
yeah, buddy. I asked you last
WNC was a
night. No,
WNC was
I
a real
asked you
company
last
though.
night. I asked you last night, and you said you did not care. So it stands. You can't take this back, buddy. I'm sorry. I asked you. I have the DM, bud. Okay.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on.
You can't challenge. You can't
Uh.
challenge it, buddy. You admitted to
Oh
it.
fuck! I thought she was the Reina champion. She was junior champion. God damn. Because because I like you're right, but I was like, I could have swore she was like the Reina champ or something, but no, she was. Damn. Okay. Yeah. No, that's valid. That's valid. Uh. Yeah. Good pick. Great pick. Great
Yeah.
pick.
Thank you, bud.
Um. As Alex said, Yuhi might be steal of the draft. Felipe also a big fan. Um. Dylan
Yep,
gonna
bud.
bend the rules. Fumbled again, man. Why y'all here for my downfall, man? It's not like
Okay, I just want to
I
specify to everybody that I asked him last night. I
yeah,
said,
no,
"How do
this
we
could
feel
happen.
about the Shijiri companies?" Because I mean, the belts were there, but it was whatever. And he was like, "I do not care," and that is the
Yeah,
WNC women's title is the only like singles if you want to call it a world title.
top title.
Lynn Byron held, yeah. So
Yeah, this is a matter of I didn't write it down, but where it's like small
yeah,
indies that are male based that have a woman's title. It lasted 2 years. It's like it's so difficult in that
Tajiri
sense.
had like 7 companies. It's fine.
Just pick second gun Alex Lee and you will be fine. I don't know if I will. We're getting down to the last two picks.
Yeah,
Last two
for
picks.
you.
Yeah, and you get one more. I'm gonna think about this real quick.
Yeah, why not?
Cause like I wouldn't mind grabbing another wrestler from the 2010s. Like from
Mm-hmm.
Stardom. I'm looking at. Since the game's kind of given away, and I don't think you're gonna pick many of the people I'm going to be naming. And
Okay.
anyway, if you do, it doesn't matter because it's unanswered. Um, I'm looking at Konami. I'm
Yeah,
looking at
I have
I'm
her
looking
on
at
board.
looking at Jungle Kiona
I
maybe.
had her too.
Uh, those are the two I'm looking at as like modern day. Looking at Dark Era, another legend of No Limit. I'm looking at Mika Ita,
Yeah, I had
as
Mikita as well.
a low pick. Um, it's difficult at this point. It's difficult because you want high value picks
There's
low.
somebody I'm shocked you ain't take, but that's fine. That's fine.
Was it Gami?
Gami was one. I figured you would take Fudagami, but
Specifically, I'm looking at Mikiko Fudagami,
yeah.
like Shooter Gami, not
Um,
later Gami.
I kind of want to take the person, so I'm not gonna say it.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm looking at Plum Mariko. I think Plum Mariko's the one who never held a belt.
Yeah,
Yeah, Plum
that'd be
Plum
cool.
never won any belt.
I will reveal some of the people that I was gonna take if you don't end up taking who I want for the last pick.
Yeah, Plum Mariko never won a belt. This is difficult. I think I am going to settle on grabbing. You know what? I kind of want I kind of take one or the other there though. I'm gonna grab Saki Hasegawa.
To
Another wrestler who retired a bit early due to physical injuries.
that's where the AJW championship also screwed me because I also looked at
Yeah,
Saki Hasegawa last night. So
yeah. Saki Hasegawa. She was the last pick that was in my like high priority little bracket that I have.
lack of knowledge screwed me there, but that's fine.
No,
because I had both Itsuki and Saki on my list, and I was like, oh, AJW Championship, whatever.
And then, I think I am. No, I'm not going to do that. You know what? For the vibes,
it's the last pick. Go crazy,
for the
man.
vibes, I think and Scott might spit on me for this. I think every good roster, good group, good draft should have one great comedy wrestler.
You gonna do it? You gonna do it?
I'm grabbing Iger.
Oh, I thought you were gonna take Ranmaru. Oh,
No, Ranmaru held a belt, didn't?
no. Ranmaru only held a Dantabori Pro like title.
Motherfucker! Can I pick my? Can I go back on that? I didn't know. I didn't know.
Nah, man. I'm
How
sorry.
we feeling?
I didn't know about the AJW Championship, so I'm sorry. You didn't know. That's
Man,
tough.
because legit, I was like,
It's
oh,
tough.
she won a
It's
singles
tough.
belt. But yeah, that is a bit low indie. That doesn't really.
There's a lot of people I have left on my list. A lot of No Limit legends like Sumi Sakai.
No, Sumi was a champion in Japan.
Not world champion, unless I overlooked it. I had Toshi Uematsu. I had Manami Katsu. Shouts out to Goat Rabbit Miyu. If y'all don't know about Rabbit Miyu, you just missing out. I had Starlight Kid.
Sumi was Queen of the Ring, which we.
Oh, okay, good. I had Natsupoi. I had Mei Sarah. I had Koguma. I of course had Misaka.
I am getting attacked in the chat for picking Iger.
That's fine. I had Saki Akai too. I wanted Saki Akai too, but I think I'm gonna round this up with somebody I thought you were gonna draft, but you didn't. Another Arjian mainstay, Hiromi Yagi.
She was next to Iger. Yeah. The other one, it was Hiromi Yagi and Ai Fujita, who I did not grab. That I was also thinking of, along with Mikiko Futagami. Looking at it, I'm gonna give the game away a little bit and show my draft board. You grabbed Yagi, so that's like that. This is what my draft board looked like.
Somehow I just take everybody on your draft board every draft.
This is ridiculous. People are attacking me. Iger, legendary fucking comedy wrestler. You can't tell me that Iger was not fucking hilarious. I don't give a fuck. Real as hell. And also Mizuki Endo when she was young, kind of a killer.
Nah, you don't get her. You get Iger, man.
It's the same person.
Nope. You specified Iger. That's what I saw.
The same person. It is the same person. It is the same person.
Okay. All right.
All-time drafts, that's how that works.
Okay. You see if people are thinking about Mizuki Endo whenever they do this. Anyway.
What you mean?
Don't worry about it. No, that's fine. Nah, buddy.
What you mean?
Go ahead and you just wanted Iger, and that's fine.
I didn't bend the rules. Stop me bending the rules. It's the same person. No, you know what? There's a rule right there. All-time draft, wrestlers are graded on their peaks, whole careers, not their singular current forms. I didn't say singular, but still. It's both.
So technically you did bend the rules. But anyway, that's fine. I'll let you bend the rules. Let's read off our rosters, man. Come on.
Okay, I'll read off mine, you read off yours, because I don't like that was hard. My roster, my group of individuals, I'm gonna pick it up a little bit like this. My group of individuals here goes as follows. It was Akira Hokuto, Riso Shiki, Takako Inoue, Natsuki Tayo, Dom Matsumoto, Hazuki, Yumi Fukawa, Bison Kimura, Yumi Ikeshita, Momo Watanabe, Azumi, Itsuki Yamazaki, Mika Takahashi, Saki Hasagawa, and Mizuki Endo, also known as Iger.
Okay, for my draft picks, I took Jumbo Hori, Toshio Yamada, Yuzuki Aikawa, Cutie Suzuki, Suzuka Minami, Candy Okutsu, Sugar Sato, Sendai Sachiko, Hana Kimura, Chaparita Asari, Yoko Bito, Fuka, Yuhi, Ray, aka Lynn Byron, and Hiromi Yagi to round it out.
See, but you could say aka Lynn Byron, but Mizuki Iger.
I said aka. That's also known as, I didn't say I took specifically Lynn Byron because I would rather have Ray. Ray team with Leon. That's what's up. Okay.
Okay. Well, we both,
And then you have to put Iger, aka no, you have to flip it because you drafted Iger. So you have to flip it. Don't you bend the rules, bud. You have to say Iger, aka Mizuki
Okay,
Endo.
okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
It's crazy that Iger is the first place we start fighting on this.
People have admitted that you cheated, and that's all I needed.
I flipped it.
Okay.
Whatever, man. This is ridiculous. Yeah, that's our draft.
Terrible pick
Man,
that slide.
man, I really shouldn't have picked her just because I lost the Scott vote. I think I would have gotten the Scott vote otherwise. Because Hoshiki's there and Momo's there and Azumi's there, and But yeah, overall, how do you feel about your roster? How do you feel about the people you picked? Not too much like opposition here because there are
Um,
so many people capable to be picked in this situation.
um,
It's just a matter of like where you think, you know what I mean?
the AJW championship thing really fucked me over because I was gonna take Hori and Itsuki as my first two. Um, Also, everybody just randomly winning the JWP championship. Fuck you. Because there's a lot of people that held the JWP title, like, and that's like the only world title they ran. So won. So I was like, can't take them. But overall, with the situations presented, I'm very happy with my roster. Especially toward the end. Of course, I already listed out. There's like a bunch of people that I wanted to get, but I didn't pick as many modern people. Well, not really any at all. But I think that's okay, just because I feel like there's just more of a chance for me to take modern people in other Joshi drafts compared to like a lot of these people in this draft. So, kind of went that direction.
Yeah, it is interesting. You didn't grab any active wrestler. Some
Yeah,
like
I
current.
told you they were on the list. Like I said, I had Boy, I had Kid, I had the Real in my picture, but she's GHC champion, so I can't take her, unfortunately. Um,
Yeah, that was another thing is that it's like someone like Tomoki Inaba is
She was on my
JTO
list,
champion.
and I forgot about that because
Yeah,
I JTO non-canon, but
but stuff like even though I don't know if technically she's a top champion because Queen of JTO and JTO girls
well, it
like
counts as the women's division thing that you tried to
yeah, but the JTO
bend
girls
and
might
abuse.
the JTO girls might be a bigger deal than the Queen of JTO now since nobody likes JTO rules. Uh,
Yeah, I definitely
this
don't.
this episode surprisingly not contested under JTO rules because it was it was not long as shit nor stupid as fuck. But yeah,
Huh?
what?
Hokuto. Alex said Hokuto won the 3WA title redraft. Bye.
What do you mean? Wait. Okay, wait a minute. We used cage match, and I know technically she won it, but she never accepted it.
That is true.
She never accepted it, and like not in the way that's like Suzuka Minami won the
All
All
right,
Pacific
all
belt
right,
and
Dylan.
then
Take Hokuto off and
vacated
then
it a
pick a
day
new
later.
first pick, bud.
I'm not doing that
Why not? You cheated. Okay, all right.
because that
As
is
long
not
as we preference that you cheated just a little bit, that's fine. I'm cool. Let's just rock it. So
for
everybody can hear, can be my witness.
for the viewers without the chat. Scott is saying that Alex said that Hokuto won the 3WA title. However,
I knew I wasn't crazy, but anyway.
However, when you look
Okay, let me tell you what really happened.
at the
Hokuto
cage
did,
match,
in fact, win the 3WA title, but never accepted it. So
yeah, she never accepted the title.
basically, Dylan cheated, so y'all should vote for me and make him watch Britt Baker versus Tam Nakano because that's what he deserves at this point. First cheating,
I
Iger.
didn't cheat,
Come on. This is crazy. Y'all are here to witness this. This is crazy.
man. I'll go on Japanese Wikipedia. That place never lied to me.
Nah, man, it's fine. I done told everybody what happened. So technically,
Japanese Wikipedia confirms that Akira Hokuto never won the belt. It went Aja, Toyota, Aja, Dynamite, Minami, Toyota.
yeah, I
I'm just
mean,
saying.
Japanese Wikipedia doesn't make you less of a cheater, but it does help
I'm not.
clear your conscience some.
I am not a crook. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's
We are going to end the show pretty soon. As for me, since I didn't get to talk about how much I like my
mhm.
draft, I'm very happy with it. I got to, the beauty, like I said, the
Hey, you
beauty of
got to
all-time
cheat.
draft.
That's fucking awesome. Cool.
Hey, hey,
I should have
I
just
might.
drafted Aja Kong first overall. That'd have been fine.
The
Apparently.
fuck are you? I might steal and I might lie, but I do not cheat. Yes, I changed that from the last draft, but still, um, where I said I did steal, I did cheat. It doesn't matter. Um, my draft, I'm very proud of it. I think I grabbed the right amount from each era. You know, I probably would have liked to grab a few more from
Yeah. Tap
the.
Scott's Tap Scott's recent comment. Come on. Yeah. All right, now continue.
I
Keep
didn't
talking.
cheat.
Don't acknowledge it. No, don't acknowledge it. Keep talking. How you feel about your roster? Feel good? Feel great?
It's a good roster.
Good.
A lot of former white belt champions
A former red
who
belt champ.
never accepted the red belt in their company, and a lot of great wrestlers who, you know, long mainstays like Takako Inoue.
Someone clip that. I just heard this guy say I cheat. Dylan taking
Saki
Iger
Kashima,
instead of
yeah.
Saka. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Now I would. I'm thinking about like who I could have picked over Iger. I like Iger a lot. I'm an LPW head, as everybody knows.
Yeah,
So
stay
I'm
tuned for our offshoot LOPW podcast.
yeah, where we review LPW shows, which are pretty much just like
Impossible to find.
yeah, and they're basically aggressively frequent Shinobu Kandori produce shows
Yeah,
from the 90s. Like that was all they were for
and
most of
that's
that time.
real, buddy.
But yeah, I love Shinobu Kandori. But yeah, I'm happy with the people I got. I'm happy I got some of the 80s peeps, some of the greats. Bison Kimura is someone I'm very happy I got. Same with the hearts of the Stardom roster, and Azumi. I think I had a good draft.
Yeah,
I think we both had a good draft. I think mine was better, obviously.
I do not, but
But
that's fine.
you know, agree to disagree.
I did not cheat. Therefore, I win.
That's what the draft is for, or that
Yep.
is what the voting is for. Doc, I hope that you are, if you are still here, I hope that you can get it up onto the 5 Star Network Twitter. I will text you like the photo and everything of like the full draft that you can post if that's okay. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. If you came in live, we had a steady little chat here. I was happy with that. Um, thank you. Um, I was happy with the chat, even though I was being attacked. Alex, can you please confirm that I am correct and that Hokuto was not the 3WA
The
champion?
thing is, even if technically she wasn't, she was, but never accepted. So kind of defeats the purpose because
This is a title holder list, not a title winner
that's
list.
fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
like
that's
she
fine.
never she might have won a title match, but she didn't accept the title. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, do whatever you want. That's fine. I'll remember this for next draft.
Whatever. Hopefully, it is Navy who has to watch the Britt Baker match. She did it.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. What's up? I can't wait. I can't wait. Everybody, y'all know what to vote. A bit upsetting you didn't pick Hyper Miss Out. Yeah, that's a Dylan pick if I've ever seen one.
That would have been that would have been very funny if I picked her at 15. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching, except for the pieces of shit who are telling me I'm a cheater. How dare you? Only I get to call myself a cheater. And yeah, you weren't here. So yeah, in case you missed it, the forfeit, whoever loses the fan vote over these two lovely groups of roster, whatever, whoever loses the vote has to watch the entire Dreams Come True tournament, which features Natsuko Tora versus Britt Baker, Tam Nakano versus Shiki Shibusawa, and Tam Nakano versus Britt Baker. So
Love
don't want to
Shiki
do that.
Shibusawa, but I do not want to watch that.
Scott, I'm going to the rules real quick.
No, he's editing rules. I hope y'all watching this.
I didn't.
I
No,
hope y'all
no.
see it. Nope. I hope y'all see this. I hope
I
y'all
didn't
see
edit.
this.
I didn't edit. No,
Yeah, he's trying to edit rules. I hope y'all see this.
said go to the rules real quick.
And now you're making fun of him for misspelling words. Okay. Wow, what a guy you are, man. It's crazy. Won the top six. Ha! You might as well just forfeit now, buddy. I'm sorry. You might as well just forfeit now. Because it's in the rules. You might as well just forfeit now. Just admit your defeat right here. Just admit your defeat right here. Give up.
it says held.
Nope. Admit your defeat. No.
It says held.
No.
Okay. No. There's
No.
okay.
No.
Unless you okay, when you watch fucking Big Egg.
No,
Unless you know
no,
Japanese or
no,
you have
no,
subtitles, it is not clear that Akira Hokuto won a world
no,
championship match in that day. That is not like she did not win the world.
no. You cheated. You might as well just accept your defeat right now. We don't even need to go to a vote. It's over. You lied.
That okay? No. You're trying to rob me of democracy right now. That is not right. I do not
Okay,
care if
that's
you think
fine.
I'm a
We
crook.
can put the vote up. I am just going to preference that you did in fact cheat, and then you insulted our lovely crowd here of people that came
I
to watch us
insulted
draft
Scott.
the absolute best of the best and
I
best of the
insulted Scott.
best that never held world titles.
Yeah, I'm happy you find this entertaining, Alex. I'm getting chewed out over here.
Okay. So, got anything to plug other than whatever cheaters plug?
Storm Quest tomorrow with me and Xavi. We
Oh
recorded a couple
yeah,
hours ago, and
midnight
Alex,
time.
obviously. The three of us recorded a couple hours ago. Now we'll go up tomorrow. Talk about Marigold and also Stardom if you want. Yeah, follow me at xxishiban on Twitter. Yeah, man, I won.
Nah, Dylan cheating. Anyway, as for me, follow me on Twitter at Xaviisms with 3 eyes. Check my Substack out. Check out the last month of the Pure Journal. I will be back next month doing it. I got really sick, so I just didn't watch a lot of wrestling over the past couple days or really week or so. Also started the That's Real 20 Years of Hidro Takahashi series. Oh, I just covered the No Limit versus El Terrible and Tejano Jr. hair versus hair match from Arena Mexico. It was their final match in Mexico before they went back to New Japan. It was real. Love Arena Mexico. Check that out. Like Dylan said, check out Stardom Quest. I somehow made a return on there. It was a good time. And just make sure you vote me the winner because, yeah. Also, just want to put it out there. We are looking for guests because I still don't think Sandre knows what he wants to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Pedro, we should get you on here sometime soon. I think that'd be fun. But yeah, that's
the
the
only
show.
person that's actually banned is Velke. Just want to put that out there.
He said it, not me. Yeah, that's the show. Hopefully we will be back in like a month.
Yeah.
Probably at the end of June, maybe.
And also, just want to preference
July.
that tomorrow is my shoot birthday. So if you want to give me a present, you vote
Oh
for me.
man, this is ridiculous. Why didn't I know this?
Turn shoot 22 years old, baby.
Wait a minute. That's not fair. You can't use the birthday bump on that.
There is no rule. I did. You can pick a world champion, but I can't use a birthday bump.
Okay, we're done. Okay,
do the outro. Do the outro.
Okay. Thank you everybody in the chat for watching along. Thank you everybody for watching on VOD or whatever. But I need you to do one thing for me. I need you to do one thing for me very, very specifically. I need you to call your mom, call your dad, call your sister, call your brother, call your cousin, call your neighbor, call your everybody you fucking know. Call your dog for that matter. I'm sure they want to hear it. I'm sure they want to see it. I'm sure they would love the No Limit Wrestling Show, the most chaotic wrestling show in the biz. Arrivederci. Matane.